Alright, everybody is talking about Ubuntu 26 and which is finally over here. Is it really bringing new things for us or it's just a marketing hype? As an engineer, I want to know what Ubuntu 26 is bringing to the table, which is actually useful for me. But on the other hand, as a security person, what is for me over here? As a DevOps engineer, what is in there for me? As a Gen Z, how beautiful it looks like. So in this video we will do side-by-side comparison. For this I am using the two same laptop with the same configuration. I am not doing this comparison on virtual machine. We are going to do the actual comparison on actual system, so we get to know how is the performance of the both operating system. Is it really worth to go or not? Because many of us, we are running Ubuntu 24 and the big question is it really worth to upgrading for the Ubuntu 24 to 26 or not? And those who are installing very first time, whether they should go for the Ubuntu 26 or they should wait. This setup took me around 5 hours to prepare everything to get started to record with. I really wanted to bring something to you. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to provide your feedback, don't forget to like this video if you appreciate my hard work. Entire comparison divided into multiple parts. Feel free to jump around whatever you want to. First phase is before installation, second phase during the installation, what changes has been met, and third comparison we will do after installation, what are the major updates. Additionally, we will also do the security comparison. Next phase, which is my one of the favorite, which I have been literally struggling with, we will compare AI integration Ubuntu 26 bringing for us. First of all, before we install, there is a major update in the requirements. This is the first time in history I'm seeing the Linux has a more RAM requirement than Windows. So Ubuntu 26 processor requirement is still the same, 2 GHz dual core processor, but minimum RAM, the requirement here, it has been changed to 6 GB. Although nowadays everybody have a very great laptop, we are not only in the RAM era, we are in the GPUs era, but still 6 GB is significantly very high jump, while still Ubuntu 24 is using the 4 GB, which is minimum requirement. Alright, so let's go ahead and initiate with the installation part. So for that, I'll initiate the installer. This is Ubuntu 26 installer, and here initiate the Ubuntu 24 installer. It's a welcome screen. Select next, and Ubuntu 24 accessibility in Ubuntu. We have this option. On 26 we also have the almost same options. Select next, and is the next screen is the keyboard in 24. Okay, you could see it's a 24. And when I select next, select keyboard layout. Next we have the connect to the internet, so I'm already connected with the internet, and here we have the same thing. Alright, so if you are installing on physical machine, so please connect with the internet, otherwise it will ask you connect with the wired network. Okay, if you are trying to install on the virtual machine, select that one and select next. And in Ubuntu 24 we have a two option, interactive installation and the automated installation. So let's see what Ubuntu 26 options are. Here we have the three options: interactive installation, which is also in 24, auto install, which is also in Ubuntu 24, but this landscape option is a new one, which is actually used in the organization when you want to put or you want to install OS from your centralized server within your organization. You could use with that. So this is that option. And automated install file, like if you want same configuration on let's say 50 or 100 laptop, you could use a YAML file, okay, and where you do configuration like you do for the application, and the rest of the things will be automatically taken care by the installer. But we are going to do with the interactive installation, and for Ubuntu 24 is also interactive installation, which is good for most of the users. So on screen is kind of instruction. When you download an install application, it will give you all the instruction on the screen itself. Next, and you're done. Okay, and next screen we are presented with the default selection, and in Ubuntu 26 is also the same. So both are the same one. Okay, default selection and the extended selection, I'm fine with the essential one. I don't wanna spam my setup with a lot of application which I really don't know and I don't wanna use at all, might be. And if this is the case, go ahead with the default selection, which is fine, which will give you essential utilities, web browser, which you actually use day to day. And additionally, it will also give you control, you can install your own. So I'm good with the default selection. And here in 24, let's say default selection, then it is asking me to recommended proprietary software and the driver and third-party things and so on and so forth. I would recommend go ahead and use this, select, check this all. Okay, if you're installing first time on physical system, so it will save your time. But I want to show you something else, that's why I'm not selecting. But if I would have been installing it for my personal use, definitely I would have been select this all, then select next one, and then we have this option, install Ubuntu alongside. But before that, we select Ubuntu 26 screen, and here we have the same thing as well. And here we go, here we have the multiple option, that's we are coming on that shortly. Here it says install Ubuntu alongside the other partition. You can choose your operating system during the boot. Okay, and here we have option erase disk and install Ubuntu, start from the scratch. And here we have the manual option. If you have multiple operating system on your laptop, so on this laptop I already have Windows 11, so it is giving me these options. Actually I messed up with the boot file, that's why it is not showing the Windows. Otherwise if it is dual boot, it detects. Okay, and from where it detects from the boot file EFI, which we will see shortly. If you want to use, go ahead and use that, but I'm not gonna select that option. Rather I will go for the erase disk. Okay, and here the disclaimer for you: if you are installing Ubuntu 26 or 24, you are responsible to take proper backup of your data. I'm not going to take responsible for your data loss. Okay, so be wise, be clever, and take backup of your data. In my case, actually I didn't take any backup at all. I could also show over here, but that's not the fun part. Let's go ahead and select this option. I mean, erase disk and install. If you don't wanna take so much overhead of making custom partition, but you are not new and now you are looking for more control on your hard drive of the partition, then select the manual one, and that's what we're gonna do. But actually we are going to do both the options. So before we go ahead, let's see what Ubuntu 26 brought us. It says install Ubuntu alongside Ubuntu 26.04. So Ubuntu 26.04 is already installed. As I said, I was testing and so I thought to go ahead with the full flash, and that full flash or whatever in full, I don't know, let me know what is the correct word. Next option, erase Ubuntu 26 and install Ubuntu. When I select this option, it will erase everything, and this is also doing the configuration by its own. That's I don't want to do that. And here is also says erase disk and install, so it will going to erase everything, whatever data I have, everything will be wiped out. That is also I don't want to do that. Rather for this I will select the manual installation. But Ubuntu 26, we will go ahead, okay, and we will select the erase disk and install Ubuntu from the scratch. No. Okay, I will select this option, install Ubuntu alongside other, because manual we are doing over here. Okay, and here I'm fine. Automatically it will detect and install operating system for me. So manual installation. Okay, let's select this one, and this is my pen drive with the bootable one. So what I'm gonna do, I will create the same layout, and so let me first delete. Okay, so all spaces are free now, and in this case, and if I go next, I'm asking to provide account information. Okay, but rather I will choose manual installation. Here also I have the same options. VFAT, okay, it's a 104, that's I'm not gonna delete. NTFS, these are the Windows partition. This is also NTFS, and we have this free space over here. I will select this one, okay, and come over here, GB. I will just select this one, and I will provide 100 GB to root is enough. Okay, and next free space, here I'm gonna create a swap partition. It has a 16 GB RAM, so 13 GB top is enough. You have to select from over here. In my school time, it was used to, we did not have this luxury where we have SSD, we have a faster RAM and all these things. So swap is a virtual memory which is being used by the operating system. Okay, so I selected this one. I have this free space, 85 GB, and this is ext4, and I'm gonna give it to the home. Okay, we have to create this 3 partition. You really don't have to create swap at all if you don't want to, but it's my choice. I wanted to show you, that's why I'm choosing it over here, and we are done. And in case of Ubuntu 26, I'm gonna do the same thing. Here 150. Okay, if you have big hard drive, at least provide 150 GB, because if you are using a lot, want to install a lot of applications later on, you won't run out of the space. So that's why I'm doing this one. But it's up to you. Okay, and you see when I created this one, automatically boot EFI has been created. Okay, then we have the next one. So here we also do the same thing, GB and 30 GB I'm gonna use. So we would be having the same, right? And this is the swap, and for swap you have to come over here and let's say okay, and next one GB put, let me check once. Okay, 150 and oh my god, change. Okay, see, this kind of things happen. So 30 GB is the swap. Why should I go for the 300? Also, I would happy with the 100 GB of the home partition, and come over here /home. And if you're wondering, if you don't know, and this is for our new prospective Linux fellows, those who are new. So / is like C drive in the Windows, where you install, or Windows keeps all its files. So where we have in Linux, we have a / which is equivalent to C, actually not exact C, but still equivalent to C, and home directory where you keep your all the data. All right, it's enough on this, and we are also done with this over here. And this time now I'm gonna hit next, and so far you already realize here the UI is different, but we will talk that later. So select next one, and here also next, and then it asks me to provide the information. Okay, so which is pretty much the same, and I will show you what configuration I'm using. Then I'm gonna use a password, and the big shout, this is the one of the strongest password in the world. And the next, and then this is your time zone where I am again the same thing. Okay, and the next, and again the time zone. Then after that it asks me to review the information which you have provided. So I have selected disk setup, manual installation disk is this one, application is default selection, security, oh god, I forgot to show you the security option. Okay, this is actually the one of the measure update over here. So let's go back. All right, so this security option, when you select over here advanced feature, you have LVM and encryption. Similarly, if I go back over here, I go with this. So here in Ubuntu 26 we have option no encryption with passphrase. So this is the new feature introduced in Ubuntu 26, okay, which is natively support the TPM. What is TPM? In short, if you use BitLocker, it's the same. It's encrypt your hard drive. If misfortune happen with your hard drive or laptop, so that can save your data. Save it means encrypted. Nobody can decrypt it without the key. So that's the one of the greatest feature introduced. And you also have the same option, use LVM with encryption, and this and this. So I'm not setting it up at the moment. We will see later on in security part. Okay, and here we also have the same. ZFS is still experimental. Next, but here we do not want to use that. We want to do manual selection. Okay, my partitions are still there. So let me remove this first, and then done. Okay, here we can also select this one, install Ubuntu alongside other partitions. Okay, so it will automatically detect a free space in my system and install it. So I'm fine with that. I'll select this one and next, and we have all the same information. Again, I have changed my mind, but in this case I really want to use this for my other tutorials which I'm gonna work, scripting, AI, and stay tuned, it's coming up. All right, we are done with that, and let's go next. That's fine. Here I'm at the moment, and wow. All right, so now we have this partition I have selected alongside the Windows. Okay, and it says formatted as ext4, and here manual installation, default selection, disk encryption none, and SDB, okay, which is the pen drive, bootable, which is unchanged. And on this one we created this many partitions. Okay, swap and all these things we created 3, but we got 4. And second one, the boot EFI, all the boot related information in this one. Let's go ahead and hit install, and I also start over here. And if you are being bored, if you want to see what is happening behind the scene, okay, just click on this screen, and so I will be back once it is done. All right, both the operating system installed. Now we need to restart, and once you press restart, if you are on a virtual machine, it will ask you to remove the installation media and hit enter. So just press enter, it really doesn't matter, but in physical system you would have to first remove and then hit enter. So let's go and hit restart for this one, and now I'm restarting the 24 as well. Alright, so this is a welcome screen. We know we have to configure. Next, if you want to get security updates, go ahead and do that. In case of 26, select next, and here you have the option, and which is really amazing in comparison to Windows. That's why I love our Linux community. They respect the privacy. I'm not saying others don't, but anyways, next. I'm skipping it for now, and here it asks, okay, help us to improve, and definitely I'm gonna enable this one. So it's better, we can share the data, but it's up to you if you want to. If you don't want to, don't enable. I really would like to provide feedback. If they know, they can fix. If they don't know, they can fix, right? If you don't want to do that, it's up to you. I'm fine with that. That will really help. And here, no, I don't want to share system data at the moment. Then we are over here, which is, it's a like app, open app center, that we will check later on, and boom, installation is done. Here we got something new, theme and accent colors and all these things. If you big fan like me, okay, to make theme change, so this is the way by which you could select over here. Here there is an option, you can change the color as well, whatever you'd like. So right now I'm sticking with the default one, that's okay, and orange is the default one, so I'm sticking with that. Next, because we will see that later. Lastly, the app center. All right, so it has been done. Next, very first thing what we are gonna do, let's see the very first boot experience. That we will do in the next video. Until then, stay tuned, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.